A lot of men actually get into the best shape of their entire life after 30. There are some things you'll have to do differently compared to someone that's 20, but that's completely fine. This video is going to get into the 4 fundamentals for building muscle after 30. The first fundamental is your training. This might sound familiar to begin with, but trust me, there's going to be some different takes on it, catering to men over 30. So 70 to 80% of your lifts should be based around compound lifts. These are your squats, bench press, deadlifts, overhead presses, and rows. But if you've got any niggling like knee pains, lower back pains, wrists, elbows, the tweaks you want to make it more for someone over 30 and beyond. What I would say is taking the barbells out of the equation. So you can still do squat patterns, like instead of a back squat, I would suggest doing a split squat. There you don't have any excess pressure on your spine. Instead of like an overhead barbell press, I would suggest doing a dumbbell press, for example. So instead of doing it standing, you're doing it seated. Instead of doing a bench press, maybe your elbows are sore when you're doing a bench press, maybe your shoulders are sore, I suggest doing a dumbbell bench press. And even better yet, with a slight decline. Compound exercises are going to give you the best bang for your buck. With one exercise, you'll be working multiple muscle groups. This is going to help save you time while maximizing muscle growth. Then once you figure out a plan based off 70 to 80% compound exercises, then what you can do, you're going to figure out how frequently can you go to the gym. I suggest if you're just starting out or you just get back into it from a long layoff, I would suggest doing 2 to 3 full body sessions a week. That is, when you get to 3, that's going to give you the bulk of your results, whatever level you're at. But I suggest starting with not low frequency, with a realistic schedule that fits your schedule so you can continue to do it. Once you start with, say for example, 2 sessions a week, you can build on it, get to 3. With 3 full body sessions, honestly, I see most people get the bulk of their results. It's sustainable, it's maintainable, even in your busiest times. Whether we like to think it or not, age does affect our ability to recover, so this gives you enough rest days to maximize recovery. The second fundamental is nutrition. You always hear this saying, you need to eat big to get big. That's true to some degree, but I don't like that because that encourages you to kind of eat whatever you want and then you put on too much fat and then you're unhappy with your physique and you're like, wow, this muscle building routine's not really working for me. So what I suggest instead is more of a lean bulking approach, and that's obtained by eating 5 to 10% in a calorie surplus. That's not a huge amount more than your maintenance calories. So for example, you times your body weight in pounds to work out your maintenance calories, and usually somewhere between 2 to 400 calories is between 5 to 10% on top of your maintenance. That's usually the surplus you'll have to be eating. Then you want to take your calorie goal and divide it by 3 to 4. That's 3 to 4 meals a day. No, there's no need to eat 6+ meals a day. The science has shown that 3 to 4 meals is just as effective as 6+ meals for building muscle. If you're not tracking calories, take your weight over the course of 2 weeks, see whether it changes, stays the same, or you gain weight. If it stays the same, you're not gaining weight or not losing weight, then that's more or less maintenance calories. Then what you can do is add 200 calories and then reassess every 2 weeks. If you're gaining, don't add another 200 calories. If you're not gaining weight, then you can add another 200 calories and work like that. Do it very gradually to avoid excess fat gain. Protein is really important for muscle growth and repair. You need about 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. When it comes to your plate, what it should look like if you're building muscle, it should be 40% complex carbs like potatoes, sweet potatoes, rice, pasta, just those are examples, and then 25% protein, that's your meat, fish, eggs, dairy, beans, those again, all examples. And then non-starchy veg should be around 20%. So that's your courgettes, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, spinach, just stuff like that. Non-starchy vegetables, so you're getting in your micronutrients as your vitamins and minerals. And then 15% of your plate should be good, healthy fats like avocados, nuts, like olive oil, for example. Notice how 40% of the plate is carbs. Carbs are important to fuel your workouts. They can also provide an anti-catabolic effect, which helps prevent muscle breakdown. And in terms of fuel, you can build muscle without carbs, but you can do it more effectively with carbs, as they are your body's preferred fuel source, especially for like lifting activities. The third fundamental is recovery. As we get older, it does take us longer to recover, so we just have to focus on this area a bit more. That's why you're not smashing the gym every single day, and you're giving yourself enough time between workouts. But on top of that, you need to make sure you're sleeping enough. Sleep is a time where we grow and repair. So getting enough sleep is of key importance. It also helps support testosterone levels. If you don't sleep enough, your testosterone levels will be lower. This has been shown in the research numerous times. So 7 to 9 hours sleep a night is what you should aim for. And some of the ways you can help yourself sleep is 1 hour before bed, just switching off devices. So any bright lights, you can dim them or turn them off. 2 hours before you sleep, you want to avoid heavy meals, and you want to avoid doing any vigorous exercise activity. So anything that's like intense. So that's 2 hours before you sleep. And I actually find that grabbing a book, like a physical book, before I sleep, actually like reading it before I sleep anyway, not just grabbing it, helps me fall asleep faster and helps me stay asleep. The fourth and final fundamental is supplementation. It's actually conditionally fundamental, because you may not need supplements, but that it depends on person to person. And what I do find is most people need these supplements anyway, or can benefit from these supplements. I wouldn't say need. So first, protein powder. Protein powder is one of those things where you can get protein from food. You can get enough from food. Sometimes it's not convenient, which is where protein powder comes in, and sometimes you can't get it from food. This is again where protein powder comes in. So if you get yourself a good quality protein powder, you're looking at between 20 to 27 grams of protein per scoop. That's usually very cost effective and also very, very convenient. You can take that like wherever you go. Literally, you can take it to have between meetings, to conferences, on holiday, wherever you think you're not going to be able to get to that much protein. It's just very, very, very convenient, and usually tastes great as well. If you get like a whey isolate or like a good quality protein powder, you're looking at minimal ingredients as well. So if you're worrying about chemicals, you don't have to worry too much. There is so much like choice on the market nowadays. Just go with one with minimal ingredients. Number 2, creatine monohydrate. I'm gonna say creatine monohydrate specifically because there's a lot of different types of creatine out there, but creatine's been shown to improve strength, power output, muscle mass in the long run, memory, brain health. Just there's so many different elements of creatine just impact your health in so many positive ways. So it's definitely worth taking creatine. I suggest 5 grams of creatine following your workout. This will help like you get like those benefits in the long term. Some people don't respond to creatine. Only one way to do it, and one way to know is to actually use it and find out. But most of you will see some benefits from creatine. And the third one, omega-3s, omega-3 fish oils. Most people don't get enough omega-3s in their daily diet. I doubt you eat oily fish every single day. If you do, I doubt you eat enough servings to get 2 grams of DHA and EPA. Those are the 2 active ingredients in omega-3s that you need for like brain development. It reduces inflammation in the whole entire body, improves recovery, improves mood. There's so many benefits to omega-3 that some actually slip my mind, but that's something you want to be taking if you've got the spare cash. But remember, this list I've been through in this videos in order of importance. You want to do training, nutrition, recovery, and then supplementation being the last one. This one is kind of like filling in the gaps and fine-tuning your whole routine to like be the best it can be. And yeah, like I said, omega-3s. And the final one is if you're not sure, you still feel like you're quite tired daily, and you don't eat enough vegetables and fruits, then I'll say a multivitamin would cover your basis. Just won't cover omega-3. I've never seen a multivitamin with enough omega-3, because omega-3 usually comes in an oil, in a soft gel rather than a capsule. So those are all those things. But there's one thing that's missing from all of this: consistency. Without consistency, honestly, you can have the perfect plan and it won't amount to anything. You need consistently. You need to be consistently doing it. You need consistency with a good plan. That's going to get you the best possible results. So remember, follow this, follow it consistently even, for 6 to 12 months, and you'll get the best possible results. You'll be unrecognizable physically and mentally in your 30s and beyond. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, thumbs up. If you've got any comments at all, comment below, or feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. That's @AdamScottFit on Instagram. Until the next video, keep pushing your limits.